Welcome back. We have buried treasure. We have Myosaura fossils. Let's get this stuff underway. One of these, one of these. This gets us to 76%. Process that on you. Make it real nice and quick. Dig up the rest of the Myosaura genome. And I can show you my new construction project, which is the aviary. This is as far as we are. We got a nice little... There's the cat's nest in the ruin in the cliffside. Work in progress. But we're getting somewhere. Now, I need invisible aviary mod is what we have for this to make this feel more, you know, organic like the film. But we need to do the research for that. So that is currently running. So once we get that in, we'll see if we can make this look like something more. All right, well, let the grand science experiment begin. So, for the Anurognathus 2027 skin, we'll do some humble, we'll do some social, we'll do some not short-lived, I guess. What is their social demand? 4. Fair, and they are insect feeders. So I guess we need to get an insect feeder in here somewhere, which I don't have the research for. And clicking the button does not actually bring it up. And there it is. Gimme feeder. So here's our prototype aviary, right? Invisible aviary that is clipped through the middle of this cliff above the water. Can they drink? Does this work? Who knows? We'll see what happens. So the idea is this will be the Anurognathus plus the Ket's aviary, the two combined, by their power. Of course, predicated entirely upon the structure working at all. So this is going to be a very interesting little experiment, I think. 3. Really, bro? 3? That's all you could give me is 3? All right. Well, we'll get our little gremlins out pretty quick here. All right. Well, they're ready. 1? Wait. 1? I didn't even know 1 was possible. Hold on. Seriously? Well, whatever. 1 out of 7? What is this camera? What is the snap zooms? Alright, there's the little frog pterosaur, the Anurognathus. Weird little leathery gremlin. Can we put in a... I do this, is this going to ruin anything? Nope, it's fine. Insect feeder right at the top of the cliff. Makes sense. That's where they, you know, this is the secret entrance down into the Ket's nest that they encounter, right? Now. What are these guys doing? Are they going in the hillside? This one's going up. He's going up. And he's going down. I wonder how they interact with the hill here. They need sand? Weird. Okay, there's your sand. Ooh, move tool freeform. I just hit some sort of hotkey. Oh, he's in the Matrix. He has, in fact... Okay, problems. we have some problems.
Assigning task to the drone.
Okay, so on that sense, that's an issue. And this one is, yeah, he's just in the hill. Okay, aviary experiment number 1, failure, I think. I think we can unequivocally say it's gone poorly. Wait, he's back inside the aviary. Is the issue then the fact that the aviary is floating? No, because it showed his territory outside before. So I'm not sure. This would have been like the perfect solution because it places the base level of the aviary halfway up the cliff, which means that they can go theoretically to the top of the cliff and here. But that just doesn't seem to work. So what do we do? I think we got to just get in a filler aviary somewhere to stick them for now. Well, we build a new one. We got to do some sort of redesign to this and think about how to make it work. So the problem is, if I use just a regular aviary dome, yeah, like this decoration here is almost everything we have in the dome. The other thing we could try is putting the aviary on the top of the hill. Maybe that works. Okay, let's try. I really don't want to flatten this whole thing out, but like, I mean, it doesn't work as it stands anyway, so we kind of have to, right? All right, let's just play. Let's do some science. So if we do this, does this work at all? Maybe we cancel this sedation. They are, after all, not actually a threat anymore. Oh yeah, I took away your feeder. True. Now this just looks like we have a McDonald's clipped into the hill. Missing the water, but the water is counting at the bottom of the hill here a little bit, at least. If this works, I think I could live with this as a compromise. I mean, they're happy. The question is just, can they get anywhere? Alright, so this one's on the ground. This one is above the water? Hey! Okay, but it's working. Maybe. He's on the ground. This one's flying around. He's on the ground. Let's go back to number 1. I mean, he's back up top now. Okay, I mean, this might work. We just need to see if they can drink. That's the big thing. They do need a little more water, too. I probably ought to just try and push it back a little bit more. Now is not the time, Storm. I'm busy. Okay. Well, anyway, we'll keep an eye on them. We'll see what's going to happen there with those. And if we run into no other issues, we'll try it with the Kets as well. This is the last Myosaur fossil. Pets, maybe. What else would I dig up? Stag, Ank, Brocky. Brocky's probably quicker than cats. Let's do a Brocky dig and then do cats, I guess. That way we don't have to wait too long to process that last Maiasaura. Let's see what the storm has for us. That tree damage. Oh, I need to do remote viewing galleries. That's what I've been forgetting. I hit the one thing I can hit to obstruct me from getting across the area. Come on, vehicle physics, you can do it. Okay, I'm genuinely shocked, actually, that the Jeep flawlessly drives under this little cross piece. What is this, like picnic tables? Yeah, this is picnic tables. That's very funny. Okay, anyway. I mean, yeah, the ratings, they ain't good. 73% safety? Oh, that's fine. That's probably just because of the shelters or whatever. Frankly, I'm just shocked this is working at all. All right, well, let's actually, yeah, let's do nothing because I sent out an expedition. Maybe. Oh, but did he glitch up to the top of the hill? Wait, is that what happened there? I think they went to the water and then they like teleported to the top. Oh no! Are they like drinking or anything? Is there any chance they're actually drinking? Look at these jokers back here hiking up the hill. Why are you here? Go away. Don't phase through that doorway. I'm going to status check. We're going to see if they actually are drinking at all when they do that. Damn. It's close. Hey, buried treasure. I guess we picked the right dig site to do for that. Brocky. Brocky Jr. Sure, yeah, why not? Okay, expedition. You, the pterosaurs far away is just safe, right? You don't want the pterosaurs right where all the people are. That would be dangerous. They gotta be far away. Viewing galleries. Okay, we're missing platform. I should have done this. I could have done that before. Shit. We'll just do it like this. We'll push him over the limit. I don't care. Seems okay. You know what? It seems all right. We got the cliff. The teleporting's still a whole thing, but like, hopefully with a patch of water at the top of the cliff, they can eventually drink, which is what we have. We'll see. If these guys start dying at some point, maybe we'll need to make a change, but I don't like that he is cycling down and down and down. That is. Oh, wait. Okay, he's moving. He's going for food. Okay. So they will reset to something else. They won't keep trying to go to the same spot forever. So We might be okay here. This might work. All right, cool. I'm happy for that. Let's kill this. We don't need this anymore. Let's kill this. Let's do an actual power network back here. I'm also going to go ahead and do more with the cliff. Let's try and maybe make it so it's a little accessible to vehicles. Maybe. I don't know, man. We just never look back here. It doesn't matter what it looks like, right? Maybe that's the play. And I do need to, like, if I have the river go through there, do I do something different with that? Maybe I have the path go up here. Instead of over there. It's fairly pointless because I think I'm going to just bury it in woods so we don't see it. But I think it's better than going over here. We can at least fix the river. We don't have a waterfall decoration in this mod pack, unfortunately. There is one out there, but last time I tried to use it, I ran into issues. I don't know if it was a mod compatibility thing or what. So I'm kind of staying away from it. I also didn't have a solid plan for how I was going to approach this aviary situation in the first place. So maybe if I had a plan, maybe then I would have actually wanted it, you know? Why don't we give this its own dedicated ranger station as well? Okay, and there's our little hub thing for the aviary, I guess. We'll tinker around maybe a little bit more with what we do on the rest of the map here for this. You know, maybe we just if we're just doing a bunch of jungle, maybe it takes care of itself, right? That's not terrible. Maybe. We can clean up a little bit and play around with it a little bit more, but that's a pretty good start. I'm pretty content with this. Yeah. Okay, send you out on a break. Let's get the Myosauras. Well, and then when he's back, we can do cats. Yeah, we won't process this. This is not worth the effort. All right. Myosaur should just go in this pen, theoretically. We are basing these Myosauras on this guy. This Myosaura. The Rebirth Toyline Myosaura. Which is the only Rebirth figure I bought. Because I wanted a Myosaura. So we're doing green and orange. For that. This guy should have been in the film, damn it. And then, yeah, if this pen ends up being not viable at some point, we'll have to move some dudes out, but... Wait. No, yeah, okay, that is correct. I was going to say, wasn't there another animal in here? No, because it doesn't count itself, obviously. How do the parasaurs feel? I don't remember what they... Okay, they like everybody. So yeah, this shouldn't be a problem. This should be perfectly fine. We should be able to put Brachii and Maiasaura in here to finish this exhibit. 4. Skittish, social, humble. Sure. I think mostly the writing lets the sequels down more than anything, personally. There's a lot of slop in the sequels. Even Lost World is not without its own set of slop. Alright, 4 more eggs. That'll give us 8. A bunch of skittish. Actually, don't even know if we have a proper alpha. The weak social humble alpha might work, actually. That's probably fine. Okay, then we should be able to get Kets on you. Cool. And then I'm going to go ahead and put in the remote viewing galleries for the lagoons. Maiasaura, the good mother lizard. Blocked by dinosaur. And we're paused. Classic. Yes. True. Well, there it is. There it actually is. So yeah, a couple different shades of green with orange stripes. Evokes the Maiasaura toy sufficiently well enough. Missing ground fiber. Are you actually? No, you're a liar. Open space might be a little shit. We'll see. Well, we might be able to clear a little bit of room here eventually. We're going to just let them roam, though, and worry about that later. Because I didn't actually ever research the remote viewing galleries. I forgot that I did the tower. Sorry, why did we not have... Because you're still on a job. Fuck. Alright, fossils. A whole boatload. Why are the Ket's ambers and the red and the gray fossils all 4? This has got to be a mistake. Very strange. Because each of the fossil tiers should have an icon that corresponds to different levels of requirement for like the spots, but Ket's just doesn't, which is strange. Another classic Frontier DLC moment of just like we forgot our own, visual shorthand for our game design here. Yeah, now I put you on a rest, so I probably don't. I think I need all 4 of these to do the thing I was going to do. So I don't know why I did anything I just did. Because it's once again putting me further off of actually doing viewing galleries. What am I doing? Now, maybe, finally, I will actually click this button properly. Okay. There we go. Alright, viewing galleries are in. New amenities are in. Another hotel is in. Should have been doing a bunch of fossil prep work while all that was happening, but instead I was not. I was just sitting there doing nothing while I waited for shit to build. So, yeah, you do this. Give me more kits. Yeah, honestly, I didn't even know there were other Dinochirids other than Dinochirus. Like, I just hadn't paid attention to that branch of the Ornithomimosaur family tree. I'm not shocked there are other ones. I just never actually looked into it. Alright, and this will just be our river disappears and we don't need to worry about it anymore. It goes over there somewhere, who cares? So that'll be the start of the river at the Cats area. We'll put the Rex in, like, over here, maybe. We'll kind of just ignore this as an herbivore area. This is like a non-canon herbivore pen, so it's like, who cares? And then we'll have the Spinosaurids over here somewhere. Probably on the water here, so it has more of a low-lying ocean vibe. Even though this should be an interior river and not actually like the ocean or anything. Despite it having a very ocean feel to it. With you know, how much water there is here. But yeah. We need some more, like, cliffs and stuff in the back, too, probably. But we'll worry about that later. Do we have enough to process here of another batch? Not really. I mean, kinda. Let's just do it. Actually, hold on. 80, 90%. I think we do process this. I think we will need another one. Alright. And then I should probably have done another batch of a Neurognathus. Did I just do my 10? No. Cool. Well, there's the rest of the cats, so we were correct. This would not have been... Well, it would have worked without the Kamara, actually, so we didn't need to process this. It's fine. Should we do Brachii because we started it? Just finish it up? We'll put in like 2 Brachiosaurs, and then we'll just not worry about it after that, I guess. You know what? 2 makes sense because it was a 2-headed Brachiosaurus prop. So 2 Brachiosaurs. Job done. And then we can move on to the Rex and the Spino. We should get those out soon because they're kind of the other cornerstone rebirth species, right? After the Cats is out. And then honestly, the park is kind of done in the primary sense. Oh, and I think we're at 5 stars. Even though I readjusted these values. Yeah. And we have a 25% transport rating and not perfect shelter coverage. Like, despite all of this, we are seemingly at 5 stars, so... I guess this will be a fairly short park build overall, maybe. But, you know, we still got a little bit to do. It's all right. Not every park build needs to be a 9, 10 episode one. I'm going to also just process these now rather than wait 3 minutes. Sure. All right, 3 more in Neurognathus. Let's grab these guys. On you. Cats. Obviously 1 cats is the plan here. 27 cats. Maximum humble. Maybe get rid of the appetite. Intol shouldn't matter. Also appears to be an Acrocanthosaurus. Very cool. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll put the other guy on break. Here's our fossils. A little bit of Brachii. Just a smidge. Just a touch. Yeah, not much. Okay. Storm currently rolling through. Just finishing it up, though. Not too bad. A little bit of damage over here we might have to do manually because the cars do get very confused. Where is this guy? I mean, he's theoretically moving here somewhere. Don't like that he's going that way. That's concerning, but we're going to ignore that. I'm sure it's fine. Now, this is our Titanosaur Valley. We put in some nice hills in the background, some trees. We got a long grass, very long grass field here with a truck tour. I should have probably put the not lights mode. This is actually cinematic as fuck. It's over my head. Where's the... Okay, there's the path. This is kind of sick, actually. I kind of like this. That's probably about a good grass length for the Titanosaur field. Cool. Very cool. Truck tour is not really motivated by much of anything. It just felt like a thing to do. So we'll get those out probably after the cats. And then, yeah, I need to deal with whatever's happening up here. Where did my car go? Oh, he went around. He went he went down into the water underneath the dam here. Kind of surprising. Also gonna fix this. I noticed this before, then I just kind of forgot about it. There, that looks a little bit better. Okay. Can you fix some shit, my dude? Fix it. Fix it, please. Alright, here you go. Go, my gremlins. Be released. This is Bat Gremlin from Gremlins 2. So, you know what? Yeah, that fits with Jaws 3D. Now we have Jaws 3D and Gremlins 2. Alright, there we go. Anyway, cats. 1 egg. In tall, humble fit. Seems good to me. You got some people resting up. Right, I don't actually have logistics. What do I have? I have this. I have Dawood. I have the Dawood. Dawood Sandstorm. Does not look like he has anything he can actually do for me. Fossils. We have a few left, right? No, we have a whole batch. Yeah. No. There's definitely something you can do, Dawood. Do that. Now, little guys can perch on these perch trees, so mods are compatible. Makes sense because these are using an animation rate that has a set sitting animation, and the mod is just attachment points in the same way these guys can sit on any other structure. But it is nice, always nice to see these, things playing together well. Their asses are kind of hanging off the back, but that's probably a regular issue with this tree. All right, Mr. Cats, what can you do? That is a narrow-ass head. That is a big, narrow, blade-shaped head. The Biosyn Dominion design is better, but... Oh! Okay, he's submerging himself, but he is flying down to his nest, which has disappeared into the cliffside. Oh yeah, you want fish. We're gonna have to do that too. Okay, first things first. Let's get the nest back. How did I lose this? Oh, not quite. A little too far. Gently. Nope, I did it again. There we go. There we go. Okay, we just have to expand this, secondary lake. Get a feeder in here. Fuck. I never researched this. I didn't even think about it. I was like, fish feeders are fish feeders, right? No. Alright, well, there we go. There's that. How about the rest of your needs? Hey, he kind of looks like he's scaling the cliff. That's kind of appropriate, right? Genuinely shocked you don't have enough rock. You got this whole cliff. I guess most of the cliff is not exactly in the aviary, but point stands. And if it keeps trying to go down the cliff, that might cause... Continue. Uh-oh. Okay, he's come back. He's come back to us. I was going to say, if he keeps going down, that might cause more territory issues, but maybe we'll be fine. Yeah, he doesn't even have this whole lake in his territory yet either. Although with the aviary being completely invisible, it's really hard to tell where it actually is. So that must be actually the border there. Okay, there's that. What if we put some extra rocks up here? There you go. Suddenly a billion rock. He just needed 2. That has not messed up the nest site. Okay, now we're just missing the fish. Just mission to fish. Does seem to be kind of going crazy. And uncomfortable kicking in. So we should probably sedate him. Since, of course, the uncomfortableness kicks in before the fucking feeder research can be completed. Which is silly and bad. Well, maybe we don't need to do it because he was sitting instead of flying around. Maybe we're okay here. Well, there we go. There's the Rebirth cats. You know, the head is incredibly narrow, but that's probably actually somewhat accurate to how narrow a head like this should be. I think definitely the weirdest thing is just you can obviously tell the stretching there on the beak texture and stuff. But again, they've done an excellent job with what is available to them tools-wise. I don't hate this design. I definitely prefer the cats we do have over this, though. I would have preferred this to be like a Hatzegopteryx or even like a Thanatos Dracon. Some other Asdarkid. I would like to see him go down the cliff again, but maybe we won't see that. Well, that's fine. At least the enclosure matches the vibe. Oh, maybe not, maybe. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's getting there. All right, back to the Brachydig site. Rest you real quick. We can go ahead and get started here on maybe some Titanosaurs. So I think a blank Death Valley here is the right pattern for these. 75% needy actually does kind of make sense. 50% social? Wait, what is this based on? Min pop 1, egg size 1. So if we want 100 of these, we'll be here for quite a while. We'll breed these one at a time, kind of whenever we have a chance, I guess, and try to get a good alpha going. Hey, you know what? Seeing the cats flying above the cliff like that? Pretty cool, actually. Oh, this got weird. Wait, what is this? Is this just plants? I guess. I don't know. I mean, it just looks like mossy rock. That's not, I guess, not that bad. There's a Neurognathid flying over by the cliff edge. You know what? This turned out about as good as I could expect, which is better than I expected, if that makes sense. I expected the aviary situation to give us more trouble with this. So it visually looks about what I would have guessed we'd end up with. I'm just surprised that it actually seems to be a functional secure aviary, which is great. Okay, fossil check. $69 and 22. So not quite there yet. Alright, let's go check our eggs. Defensive, humble, long-lived. That's a start. Yeah, then I guess I maybe do another wave of Neurognathus. I don't really need that many Neurogs, honestly. Maybe we just wait. Alright, well, hopefully this is it for Brocky. 8%, excellent. We've done it! So that's done. Check that off the list. Next. What are next? Pteranodon. Yeah, it should be in the park, shouldn't it? It's on the island. That's the 10. There was an 8. Yeah, there we go. Titanosaurus is out in 30 seconds. We'll see him when he's on the ground. That's some tail, all right. Insane. Well, all right. You know what? In the grass, that looks pretty good. That looks solid recreation in my mind. Missing ground fiber? Are you joking? Ground fiber, ground leaf. What are these environmental needs? Oh, God. Okay. Well, I guess we'll just smear it about until we have what he needs. The grass definitely looks nice up close, but the long distance texture or whatever, a little rough. Understandable. Like these plant mods are kind of incredible that they even exist in the first place. So I'm kind of curious, does this guy even eat? If like his food type is ground, he does not have the animation set to use that. Like CNV01, what is that? What does that mean? CNV, what animal is this based on?
Animals have an innate desire to establish their own territory. Many will do so amicably, some through the use of force. This need has existed for millions of years.
Well, he's clearly not kaiju size like he is in some frames of the movie. CNV. That is a mystery. Sound off in the comment if you have any idea what in the hell CNV could possibly be. Well, let's get a couple of brackies. Okay, so the brachy we only see like a fetus essentially. So I've gone ahead and given us a 2001 brachy to use here just for fun. 100% large appetite is incredibly rude. I can't believe you would do this to me, Brachiosaurus. How dare you? All right. All right, fossils. We got a bunch of stuff out here to clear still. We'll do the logistics guy. Yeah, we'll do it. we will send him. Yes, I will commit to that. I'm very, very curious to see if this Titanosaurus can actually feed itself. This is very, very interesting. Social tolerance, social humble. So this is a problem. So we can only hatch one of these, so I'm going to send an entire second batch and see what we get. I am going to go with only 2, I think. I think I like that idea. Feels right. Well, not great. We got a sickly in the second batch and another taller and humble that is just not an option. So let's start. Let's just hatch these. Large appetite is not that bad, like relatively speaking. So we'll hatch one of each. I don't know if the skin is the same on both. That could be unfortunate, but true. We can hatch them both at the same time as well, so we'll push both, leaving me with enough to do fossils, which I might as well clear. Perfect. A perfect load of fossils. Cool. Alright, to Brachiosaurus number 1. Maximum speed. There it is, a nice JP3 stripey variant for the island. Still very, like, gray deliberately to make it still kind of feel in line with JP1 style Brachie, but while also still giving it its own vibe.
Here is a Brachiosaurus. It has long limbs.
Why did the music get louder for a moment?
And what makes it really unique is
oh god, I hate this.
Dinosaur.
They're all warm-blooded, you stupid idiot.
How amazing is it that in bringing these dinosaurs back, we're also learning so much about them.
Okay, one of each Yukon and Svalbard, Pulkrana on both is expected. So yeah, cool that we got 2 different looking ones. That's what I wanted to see. They do demand the nut, though. So. We'll have to get some of that. Mr. Bronto Billy, you're missing Forest now that I did that. You probably going to keep missing Forest. You're not likely to go to the other sides and fix this. Well, we can keep a little bit of an eye on the brachiosaurs, and maybe they'll be happy if they move over here. And we give them a bunch of nut. I think they will be happy if they do expand enough to get over there. It's just a matter of them actually bothering to be there. At least it's not like Bronto Billy, where he's just like one dude, and it's just like, what is he supposed to do? You know? All he does is goes between tree and water, just like me, for real. Food, drink, food, drink. Alright, yeah, we'll have to get more Titanosaurs next time. We're just going to stick with the 1 for now. I am curious to see if he ever dies of starvation. It looks like he must have fed himself. So maybe he does like an feed animation when he's near the plant, but even though he can't like directly interact with the plant, it's fine, right? Because like it's not like his mouth has to touch the plant for it to work. It's just an animation. Yeah, let's work on that assumption, right? It's probably okay. All right, let's send out our last round of jobs for this episode and then wrap it up. So with the 2 Brachies, that is good. Where did we leave at on Pteranodon, then? 63%. Spinosaurus has not been unlocked yet. So that's like our last big research thing. Buried behind multiple tiers of other research. So I think we do this. Like this. Okay, then the other crew, maybe we go dig up some wrecks. Legitimately never even noticed there was a filter here. That's the first time I've seen that by virtue of clicking on it accidentally. Alright. So Rex, Pteranodon, Spinosaurus, more Titanosaurs, Anky, Stag. It's kind of what we're looking at. I might just skip the Stag. Stag is motivated solely by appearing on a placard in the museum. And it doesn't really add anything to the park build at this point since we're at 5 stars. I should get an Anky. I think we will. We can chuck one Anki in this pen without it being like an issue. Anki is, of course, obnoxiously expensive, but the economy is completely busted. So it's not that bad. Yeah, we have access to it right here. We just need a new geneticist. 5, 5, 8. So this is 424. 10, 18, 4 and 2. Yep, okay. Fine, that should be enough scientists to get us through the end of the game then. Right, so yeah, probably like one more episode of putting out, you know, the last few exhibits. Build the Rex exhibit, build the Spino exhibit, get the Titanosaurs out. That's kind of that. All right. Well, until next time then.